I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Two Flagler Palm Coast High School students won't face charges after deputies say they made racially charged comments and threatened to kill their teacher. Investigators with the Flagler County Sheriff's Office say the duo was apparently joking when they made the threat Monday in an online chat in class. Deputies say one student threatened to stomp on her teacher's face and smash her weave into the ground. A boy responded saying he wanted to throw a desk at her, and the girl replied back, "Kill her. I already know her address." The teens continued to swap jokes with racial slurs. The students are both white. Deputies say the students' threats weren't credible. The Flagler County NAACP is up in arms, saying they're appalled that the students' communication was called a joke. They say deputies dropped the ball and alleged had these students been black, they would have been let out in handcuffs. The students could still face penalties from the district, which is conducting its own investigation. The students will be subject to a psych evaluation and a disciplinary hearing. In the meantime, they were sent home and placed on leave, ordered to continue their coursework through virtual school. The incident came just 3 days after a 14-year-old student brought a loaded gun to school at Buddy Taylor Middle. That student was arrested and charged with 3 felonies.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News is brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport. Save time, money, and stress. The Daytona Beach International Airport, it's just plain easy.
Flagler County's former Supervisor of Elections pleaded no contest to an 8th count of illegal recording. John Arking has the details.
The November 20th plea brings to an end the 3-year case against Kimberly Weeks. A jury found Weeks guilty in April on 7 counts of illegally recording state and local officials during telephone conversations, including the Secretary of State. She was sentenced to a month in the county jail and 18 months of probation. However, the sentence is stayed pending the outcome of an appeal filed by Weeks, who is seeking to avoid a felony conviction that would cancel her pension. The 8th count that Weeks pleaded no contest to did not involve a public official, but instead a neighbor in her front yard discussing family matters. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Department is the City of Palm Coast Police Department. So how's that working out?
Palm Coast Interim City Manager Bo Falgoux said it's working out just fine.
We actually have a very good relation with the Sheriff's Office, do find value in the contract for services. I believe Council is happy with the services we're receiving.
Sheriff Rick Staley agreed that for the $3.5 million Palm Coast is paying his department to police the city, it is a good deal.
If they were to start their own police department, I would anticipate that $3.5 million would probably go to $14 or $15 million to properly staff and fund a police department. So I think it's a great partnership. I think it works well.
Sheriff Staley said that Palm Coast has an enhanced level of policing now, but if his deputies simply patrolled the city on a regular basis, the level of service that Palm Coast gets would be reduced by almost 27 deputies. Tomorrow, what does 2019 have in store for the city of Palm Coast? From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
The criminals never look up. Once in a while they do. They might as well wave and smile.
That's because they're being caught on camera. Flagler County Sheriff's deputies say doorbell cameras like Ring are helping them solve crimes. Sheriff Rick Staley is touting the Ring Neighborhood app, which is sort of like an electronic neighborhood watch.
So we've gotten a lot of tips that way. We recently solved a auto theft and some car burglaries because a neighbor of one of the victims saw something on their camera, reported it to us. They did exactly what they should do. See something, say something. They called us, said, "This doesn't look right to me."
Staley says social media is also helping them. Overall, crime fell nearly 7% in Flagler County through the first 6 months of 2018. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.